And in this case, the disciples diligently noticed the work of their leader, Jesus Christ. And I would imagine that some of them, a few of them, stood back as long as they could, and they tried to practice the work of Jesus. And some of them were not succeeding. They were not succeeding. One of them even tried to walk the water. He said, I think I can do it. Jesus, I want to walk the water just like you. I think I can do it. He said, you think you can do it? He said, yes, I can do it. He said, come on. Sometimes you have to tell people that always know everything. Tell them to come on and try it.
That's right. Right.
People are so quick to tell you, oh, I can do that. I can have a bigger church than you. Oh, I can have this and I can do that. Oh, come on. You first got to learn how to write the articles of incorporation and get them approved. Downtown at 60 Center Street, room 17. And what I did, I went down there and read all that stuff. I didn't know how to do it. But I wanted to do it. And as disciples, you want to move up and on. You want to be the best. You want to be good. So these disciples saw the work of Jesus. And I want to say to each one of you today, if you're working around people, look at what they're doing and how they're doing it as a disciple so that you can do what? Reach the very top. I want to reach the very top. Together, I want to reach the very top. Again, I want to reach the very top. For the third time, I want to reach the very top. These disciples, working with a master Jesus, wanted to reach the very top. And they got together and some of them said, you know, we noticed that he's doing some things that we can't do.
Yes.
We saw him walk the water. We saw him give sight to the blind. We saw him heal the sick. We saw him cleanse the lepers. And we are not able to do that. So somebody said, you know what? I don't know about the rest of you disciples, but I'm going to go to him and ask him, how do you do this?
Yes.
That's right.
How do you do it? Don't be afraid to go to people that you want to learn what they're doing and how they're doing it and ask them, how do you do that?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm amazed. I'm shocked. I'm surprised at the many people that know what I can do and what my wife Elizabeth can do, but they never come and ask. How do you do that? I'm sure Reverend Etta can tell you. We know Reverend Etta can do a lot of things, but I guarantee you she can tell you there's so many people who never, and maybe some do. Reverend Etta, how do you do that? Reverend Francis worked for the city Department of Housing. Very important job. I bet you people never come to you, or maybe just a few, and say, how do you do that? Because there's so many important facets and pieces in housing that we need to know. So we as disciples should always be willing and ready to go and ask, like these disciples, ask Jesus, how did you do it? Or how do you do it at that point? So he said to them here in Matthew, the 6th chapter and beginning at the 9th verse, he said to them, after this manner, therefore pray ye. Then he began to teach them, and he said, our Father. Our Father.
Yes.
You must come to know that God is what? Everybody's Father.
Yes.
He's not black, he's not white, he's not green. He's not oriented. He's our Father, meaning that he is the highest, most deepest, most spiritual person, spirit in the universe, in the world. He's our Father. Father meaning he is the highest, the deepest, the greatest, and the best. And where does he preside? Our Father is what?
In heaven.
Art in heaven.
He's in heaven. Our Father is in heaven, and his name, how do we address his name? Hallowed.
Hallowed be thy name.
The holiest.
Yes.
Our Father meaning what? The holiest. The best.
Yes.
Yes. Amen.
The leader.
Yes.
So when you say our Father, you're talking about the holiest, the top, the best of all of the universe. Father, not some people when they say Father, they think of an old person that can't hardly walk. That's not the Father. The Father is the highest and the holiest, the powerful.
Yes.
He is the Father. Don't think of the Father as the person that's on crutches.
That's right.
In a wheelchair. He's the Father. I notice they got a thing now in the language, especially in I hear a lot of Spanish people say, "Hi, Pop." "Hi, Father." And so I had to learn.
Poppy.
Poppy, that's what I had to learn. It was a compliment. So I said, why are these people saying this to me? What does it mean? So I found somebody say, oh, you know, that's a compliment they're giving you for one reason or another. I said, oh, thank you. Because I didn't know if they were saying I was 100 or 200 or 300 years old. I didn't know what it meant. So these disciples had to be taught what it means when you say our Father, our highest dimension, as high as the sky can go, as high as divinity can go. He is our high divine. He is the top of the line, not in age, but in spirit.
Right.
In his divinity, he's at the very top. He can put whatever he touches turns to gold, so to speak. Why? Because he is the Father, he is the highest. So the disciples had to be taught, and they had to be told that when you go to the Father, you're going to the very, very top, the highest part of divinity, and all you got to do is touch that. Once you touch that divinity, and that divinity touches you, then you can walk the water.
Yes.
That's right.
Then you can swim. Then you can heal.
Yes.
Then you can bless.
Yes.
Because you have been touched, you are in touch with. That's why a lot of time in church, we have to hold hands. Matter of fact, let's hold hands right now. Just grab a hand and hold it right now, because when you hold hands, you are communicating spirit in and out and up and down. Wherever God is, wherever the Father is, you're reaching out.
Yes.
What's the song say? Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. And you can reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place. And you can. Now, when you reach out and touch, you are asking for all of God's goodness.
Yes. Amen.
All of the goodness. He had to teach those disciples and let them know You are asking for all of the goodness that God is.
Yes.
And God is all good.
Yes.
And if you want to pray to God, you pray and you reach out to God, and He reaches out to you, and you are reaching for all of the power that God is.